Sailing in Turkey in the spring has been awesome so far. The temperature's been perfect, we've had some amazing anchorages basically to ourselves, and in one of the most beautiful cruising grounds in the world. But there's one major downside to sailing this early in the season.
Here we go, we're okay.
Fierce storms roll through this region in spring, and when they do, it can feel like God is tearing a hole through reality. Plus, it's difficult to find good shelter here because the mountainous terrain causes the winds to wrap in unpredictable ways, so we can never be certain if we're protected from forecasted winds. And the extremely deep anchorages here make finding a safe spot to drop the hook a real challenge. Now, last week, after being totally surprised by strong winds that came out of nowhere,
it's not gonna work, let go, let go.
We sought the refuge of a small marina tucked away in a long, narrow bay. And when the forecast started calling for a storm to come through the area, we decided to stay in the marina until it passed, since this bay appeared to have really good protection from the forecasted wind direction. Turns out we were wrong.
All right, good morning. It's like 6 a.m. This really crazy weather system is coming in. Boat's just moving around. It's kind of like we're underway.
As you can see outside, it is super freaking windy out there from the exposed part of this bay. Most of the boats in this anchorage had anchored with lines ashore, but soon after the winds began, they were forced to quickly cast their shorelines, pick up anchor, and just hold position by motoring into 40+ knots. And judging by the tattered biminis and canvas flapping in the wind, it was obvious that they'd had a hard time of it. Luckily, no boats that I saw had ended up on the rocks, but suffice to say, I was very happy to be in the marina.
So everything is holding, but it's getting crazy, and it's gonna get harder and harder to get off the boat if this gets any worse.
So let's get you on the dock.
It's gonna be fun.
You got a jacket for her?
Yeah, it's all in there so I can change her ashore. Can you just hold her? Well,
all right. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Hey, you see?
Let's get you out of here.
Man, that was so scary. I feel really bad leaving Jordan, but I also don't want to get stuck in the boat with the baby. Wow, it's freaking ominous. Also, yesterday one of these trees fell down. So, let's go upwind. Oh boy. Okay, this looks decent. When you hear a tree cracking, you let mom know, okay? I think this is the first time we've been at a dock that's kind of so exposed, and it's, woo, okay. Ooh, I'm just so worried about Jordan.
There's a bit of a lull right now. You can see the wind whipping up water. It's crazy.
My main concern with this situation was the fact that we only had a single ground line attached to the bow, and that was the only thing keeping us from crashing back into the dock. If that one line chafed through and parted, the boat would be continuously bashed into the dock, doing a ton of damage until I managed to somehow cast the dock lines and motor into the storm. So I was constantly checking that line for chafe.
Line looks good.
Oh, thank you. I think the employees just found the lady with the baby outside and they're feeling bad. They just warned me about the tree. Apparently I sat under one that was dead. Cute. Thank you. Oh, this is nice. It's just windy. Okay, well, Jordan's not picking up. Oh, it feels so weird to be here in like comfort out of the wind and all that's going on.
Now you can really clearly see it's still really windy out there, but like this area
is quite protected now. So I think finally the wind is starting to really come out of the south.
Hey, bud, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. I think the worst of it's over.
Oh, man, that was so crazy. Are you okay? Did you hurt yourself or anything?
Yeah. No. I'm good. But it was very crazy.
All right, well, do you think it's safe for me to come back now?
Yeah, I do.
Oso and Isa are making friends, and the guys made me a nice cup of coffee, so I feel like I'm cheating.
Oh, and like that, it's over. I'm a mess. I literally got out of bed this hit at like 5:30 in the morning. But yeah, it's like very calm now. And it's raining too, so I think like that was kind of the front that hit us. I imagine we'll get more squalls throughout the day, but... Whoa.
All right, well, we're on our way back to the boat. It's like a different world right now. The sun's actually starting to peek out. Man, the guys were so nice. The staff here is so friendly. They were like, stay, we can have breakfast with everyone. I was like, I should probably get back to the boat and help Jordan see what's going on.
Hey baby, how was that, huh?
Man, it feels so weird to be back on the boat, like when we're riding out a storm or like something intense is happening or dangerous. You know, my adrenaline starts pumping and everything's just so crazy. And then afterwards, I like totally crash. I feel like a zombie. We did it, baby. You did a really good job. Let's get you downstairs and all dried, okay? Okay, pretty baby. Those of you are one wet dog. But because we survived, you can come down below. Yeah, just the feeling of like holding on to Isa and Oso so tightly on the dock, and also the feeling of leaving Jordan behind. It was all just so intense. If you weren't here, I'd probably be crying. Are you gonna give the GoPro its medicine? Oh, yeah. I guess I just had a moment where I felt like I was gonna just have a flood of just tears, basically. But Isa saved the day with their silliness.
So our dinghy's fine, but unfortunately it looks like our neighbor's dinghy did not do so well. That's when you know there's some serious wind and wave action happening. This is literally protected by the whole marina, and it's still flipped. That's crazy.
How are you feeling, bud?
Oh man, I'm so tired. Well, we made the right move coming here, because our neighbor spends the whole winter in Go Check and only leaves once it gets too crowded. And he lives on his boat. And this is where he comes in a storm.
Really?
So even though that happened and we had the wind out of the exposed part, like that's the best you can hope for in this whole region. But yeah, so the one lesson I learned was the most dangerous thing is getting you and Isa off the boat. I mean, I don't know what we do, because it's like, how do you know when to do it if you don't think it's going to get that crazy until it does?
I'm even wondering if, like, we were to do it again, we would have been better off on the boat.
Just to stay?
Right. I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. So she had a good time?
Yeah, she, like, hung out with the guys in the kitchen, had a full container of carrots. You know, she was having a great time.
How was it for you?
I was just, like, so worried about you. But also worried about her. So it was like, you know, I felt like my heart was like going in like two different directions. And I know that you're very capable, so I knew in a way that I was worrying for nothing. But yeah, I'm ready to just like watch Miss Rachel do nothing.
Okay, better.
Oh, God.
Okay, well, we have had a couple days to kind of decompress from the storm, because that was just intense. Do you feel like you're recovered?
Yeah, I feel like it was a long time ago. I think I just like blocked it out. Yeah. But I feel ready to go. I'm excited. It's always hard to leave such a nice, protected marina with nice people, nice trails. But I always know there's something cool out there. So I am excited to see what's out there. But I have that pull to land right now.
Well, so we're gonna head off to the anchorage that we tried to go to, like when we first left the town of Go Check. So hopefully we actually make it this time. It's not very far. Okay, release.
Okay, we're clear.
Okay, so we're just getting underway. I was getting all the fenders in, and then I totally forgot that I had moved our neighbor's fender from their boat to ours because it was in a really bad position. It wasn't helping them, it wasn't helping us. So I thought that I would just temporarily position it better because there was no one on that boat. But now we accidentally stole their fender. So I think I'm gonna jump in the dinghy and return this. So it's kind of funny because for a split second, I was like, you know what, we really could use an extra fender. And it's not really stealing if it's from a catamaran, right? Like it doesn't actually count, but I decided not to. So Bud, I had a hilarious conversation with our neighbors. I was asking them for advice on this area. And I was like, well, thank you, I really appreciate it. You know, we're really new to anchoring in such deep water. And she was like, what do you mean? Like, what's so difficult about it? Which is hilarious because like literally, it's not uncommon here for a yacht like ours to anchor in 100 feet of water using 300 feet of chain and then backing up to within like 15 feet of the shore and tying lines ashore. If you told me or like any sailor who's never left like US waters or even Caribbean waters, they'd be like, that's impossible. Like, that's ridiculous. And yet our neighbor's like, what do you mean? Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah, I guess if you know, grow up and that's what it takes to sail around here, then you learn how to do it.
Yeah. One of the hard things about sailing around the world is that it's an experiment in always not knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how much you learn, no matter how knowledgeable you are, if you keep moving, you still don't know what you're doing because every place is different.
If you're not learning, you're not living, buddy.
Is that right?
Right?
That's wise. Okay, go ahead.
Second red.
Okay, stop there, hop in the kayak.
Wow, that went a lot smoother than the last time we tried to do that. That anchoring was a lot smoother than before, but it would feel a lot better if there weren't a weather system coming in tomorrow and if this area weren't so unpredictable and this time of year.
There's like one exposed part of this anchorage is the northeast, and the wind is supposed to come out of the southeast, which we're totally protected from. But the lesson that I learned in that previous anchorage is that with all these mountains, I think that the wind wraps a lot. It's hard to say for certain if the route that it's gonna take isn't like kind of around this hill in here and then like out that way, you know what I mean? It's possible. And I think that's kind of what happened in that last anchorage. And so it's weird not being, like normally if I saw a forecast and it's like the wind's coming from this direction and there's an anchorage with a landmass here and then you could be here, it's like 1 + 1 = 2, you know what I mean? But here it's like wind, landmass, us, I'm like, you know, like I wouldn't worry if this was an anchorage, you know, where I could put out a lot of scope, drag a little bit, have time to react. But like we're so close to the shore, you don't have that sort of cushion.
Good job. Good walker. You're getting pretty mobile over here. Good standing. Good walking. Very good, baby. Well, oh, baby down. You okay? Good job, baby. Nice roll out. Okay, you want to try again?
So buddy, your sister's gonna laugh at me, but I think this might be the prettiest anchorage we've ever been in.
No, it is really pretty, huh?
I mean, like, that's so picturesque, it's just nuts.
Peekaboo!
So not only is this anchorage really pretty, but as I understand it, these hills are just full of trails. So we're gonna see if we can go for a little hike. Ready, baby?
What's she
She's
doing?
very stoic. Yeah, so the latest weather forecast makes it look like we're definitely gonna get another storm tomorrow, but there's just no telling how strong it's gonna be right here. I'm always anxious when I know that the weather is gonna get bad, but after 2 days ago, I feel like I have PTSD, you know? Like I can't shake the anxiety. So here we are in this beautiful place, and like, I'm just tense, you know, which the hike is helping a lot. There's a really good chance that it's not gonna be super eventful, but we'll see.
We'll see. I know that's the hardest part, is the unknown. You know the weather's coming. You know you've done everything you can to kind of prepare for it. Then you just wait.
Yeah.
And hope.
Yeah. Oso, you see the fish? Go get them. Man, so I've read about this place. This is so cool. This is Ruin Bay, and there's literally like ancient ruins in the ocean. Like,
You hear the rooster?
well, it is a crazy beautiful morning here in Wall Bay. I love this anchorage. It's so peaceful. The water is like insanely flat calm. Unfortunately, it looks like the latest forecast is showing that the winds are going to be coming out of the east and southeast, and there's a good chance that it'll be totally fine here. But after our experience in that last anchorage, like, I don't want to take that chance. We are gonna head to a tiny little bay. It's got a little dock and like a restaurant similar to the last spot, and it's extremely protected. And then we'll let this blow over, and then we'll come back here.
Okay, anchor's up. Yeah, this bay is so crazy because from the water, it's really hard to see in these little coves. Like on the chart, I see the marina, but I can't see it at the helm station
Yeah,
at
it just
all.
looks like hills and cliffs.
Yeah.
The fact that it's hard to see is why it should be really protected.
Look at his nice friend. You're a sweet little baby, aren't you?
Oh my gosh. I think this is gonna be Oso's favorite marina of all time. I don't know if this storm is actually gonna hit us. I don't know if that last anchorage, I mean, maybe it would have been perfect, right, for the next 24 hours, and we could have just stayed there. But it reminds me of what my dad always used to tell me about baseball when I was playing as a kid. You know, I'd get really worked up if I ran to like first base and I thought I was safe, but the umpire said that I was out. You know, I'd get upset. I'd be like, oh, he was totally wrong, blah, blah, blah. And my dad would say, that's not how you play. He would say that the umpire's decision has absolutely nothing to do with you playing the game. You need to play your game. And then whatever the umpire decides is it, and you just gotta completely let it go. Like, if you want to not have the umpire make a bad call, then you need to get to the base so early that it's just not a close call. But the minute that it's a close call, you need to just have absolutely no concern what the umpire decides. And I feel like that's kind of the situation here. All I can do is I can play my game, right? And so if there's a probability that a situation will get dangerous, it doesn't matter if it does get dangerous, right? Like, I need to decide how much risk I'm willing to take on, and then I need to like do the thing that I think I should do. And then if it ends up being a bad decision, it doesn't matter. It's just about being safe. It's about getting to the base so early that I don't need to worry about what the umpire says. You know what I mean?